Hey ho, you are now tuned in to the Working Girl Lounge.
Your favorite hoe has just
Mhm.
entered the building.
We here at the Working Girl Lounge are SW friendly. And if you don't know what that means, stay tuned, listen. But if you do know what a generous client is, or if you've ever had to deal with a time waster, you know exactly what an SW is, and you can stay till the end because we talk about some goodies during this episode. And I'm pretty sure you're in the right place. I myself have been in the industry for 5 years, and I really started this podcast to gain a community. I wanted to talk to other neutral SWs and just talk about the similarities that we face in this industry and also, differences that we also go across. So, like I said earlier, and 7,000 times at this point, you can kind of figure out that this podcast is for SWs of all ages. Well, I don't want to say all ages. I'm liking the 21 and up situation. So, 21 and up and all genders. I don't care. I just like the name Working Girl Lounge because, well, I'm a girl. So, duh. Um, but as long as you're part of the SW community and this industry, you can stay and have an amazing conversation because this is an interesting fucking job to have. Um, if you understand what's going on from this point on, we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. So, from one entertainer to another, let's talk about Catty SWs. If you would like to skip to the 3 minute mark and I will reveal what an SW is. So scandalous. But since I feel like this is like the perfect time to talk about this topic because I just did like a 30-minute long rant about dealing with catty SWs. Like I was very upset because I woke up to chaos. Basically, chaos had ensued on my work phone. I do not keep my work phone and my um, personal phone. They're not together. I have two different situations, and sometimes we have more than two. I've heard one SW say that they have 8 phones. That's hectic to me, but they were also an OnlyFans model, so makes sense. But dealing with catty SWs. So I listen. I have been doing online work for majority of the time that I've been doing sex work, and you guys, I have had my fair share of catty sex workers that I had to deal with. Like I said in my rant, there was a lot of, and if you guys cancel me, I feel like I was being like very correct in the terms. And yeah, I called some people names, but well, if you seen the pictures and I would reveal, you would agree too. And that's just how it is. It sucks, and that's very straightforward. But I've dealt with very catty sex workers. Um, these girls love that they gain money. Sometimes it's not about a community. Um, and I'm not talking about the girls from my rant. I'm just talking about in general now. Sometimes it's not really about community, because, well, men who seek online sex workers are, they're sometimes few and far between. A lot of men like to get on um, these websites and um, just play around, spend a little chump change, $100 every like 4, something really crazy like that. So as an SW, that's just not going to cut it. Oh, why am I saying SW? Let me try and still be PG. But yeah, so like as a sex worker, that's not going to cut it. I have, so specifically, a social media following is something that is important to have as a online sex worker because sometimes your followers can convert to um, money, and you know, not not really the case. I've never had a huge following because, well, I've never been good at social media, so I never had a huge following. But I was also um, on certain sites that kind of like already had the traffic. So I didn't have to have a huge following because they would still buy things from me. So whenever I'm doing this by myself and outsourcing, one time this girl asked if could do, we could post each other on each other's page. So she sends me a picture, I post her, and then vice versa. And I sent her my thing, and we didn't discuss stats before because sometimes whenever you enter engagement groups, it is a little bit like lenient on stats. And then some of them are like, really, you need to have 20,000 or more followers in order to engage. And I totally understand that because obviously you don't want to give all of your followers to them, kind of stay in the same loop. This girl posted me and she texted me back and was like, "You lied to me." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she was like, "You told me that you had X, Y, and Z amount of followers." And I was like, "No, I told you that I had under X, Y, and Z amount of followers." And I was like, "That's why I was saying to you, I'm not sure if you want to do this thing because I'm pretty sure I knew that she had more followers than me." And so I was like thinking this is a lenient group where followers didn't matter. And she also reached out to me first. So I wasn't fishing for followers or anything like that because like I said, I don't care. Like I know how to make I'm a cam girl. I know how to make money without being strictly an OnlyFans model. And so she was like really upset with me and she was like, "You don't do this." And I was like, "Girl, wait, what the fuck are you talking about?" Like right now we're actually going a little insane because it was laid out to her. um, I have under this many followers, and I'm still willing to do this with you. I sent her my screenshot of my page, and she posted it, and then that's whenever she came back and was upset that, basically blah blah blah. So yeah, um, that was really annoying. I know that there's so many stories like this, like more specifically, I've heard a lot of people talk about Um, well, I've heard a lot of 304 talk is like really interesting to look at from my standpoint because I see a lot of similarities. So I would love to just talk to some of the girls that are posting on 304 talk. But I have a friend who's a 304, and we keep in touch. But obviously, my girl's on the road. My girl's on the road, and I love that for her. Um, so one time I heard a story about this girl and she was working with another girl. They were working together and basically the girl, she got so intoxicated that she basically fumbled the bag for the both of them, and I could feel my chest getting tight just hearing this story because I was like, I can't believe that something like this can happen. Like you can't control your alcohol to the point where you mess up money for the both of you, and you also are like turning on the girl that you're working with. Like you're turning on your coworker right now. Like you guys are supposed you the sole point of you guys being here together is the thing that you came to do, and then you just like allow an outside agent to fuck that up for the both of you. I hate that so much. Like um this kind of industry is it's kind of like a dog eat dog kind of situation. But there's enough for us to all eat. Like that's what I never understood, like why some sex workers were so catty. Like I guess it's because like I grew up in the South, so I'm like more of a I'm very kind and well, like my nature is to be very kind, opening, warm, and welcoming. But a lot of people aren't like that in this industry, and you have to like, you have to be like a repetitive face for people to still even consider having a conversation with you. And I think like maybe like 2 years in, I was just like, I'm actually not going to make any like actual friends in this industry because well, I haven't really found anybody. I haven't really found anybody that like I want to know the innards of my life. Like I kind of like to keep work at work and then home at home because my family life and my home life is very sacred to me. Um, and yeah, like doing online work, like most of the time, like I never even get a chance to see these girls in person. Like they're not going to any conventions, they're not showing up to any panels or anything like that. So like I'm not really getting a chance to see these girls except when they send me a picture of them so that I can post it on my Instagram or something, do the vice versa thing. So I think like the lack of community has created like catty ass fucking sex workers. Um, so yeah, that it kind of just makes me not want to. It just kind of makes me like want to go to work and want to go home, and that's usually what I do anyways. Like I want to just do this thing and get it over with. Um, and that's kind of it. I do find a sense of community in the in some like forums for cam girls, forums for sex workers. That's where I find like the sense of community. Um, but it's just like whenever it's just like there's one girl that you're like doing engagement with, that's like strictly business, not even a chance to know her on a personal level, like I don't know, like I like to make long-term friends every now and again, because I don't plan on doing sex work forever. Obviously, I I don't even know how, it's like a very on and off thing for me. Like sometimes I'm like interested in personal development and I have amassed enough money to take some time off, and I really enjoy that about this job. But um I don't know, maybe like I will set a goal to do something else and different. Yes, to do something different. And I would like to know if there were still people that I could communicate with outside of this thing. But online is very, 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 very difficult because it's all about numbers. It's a numbers game. Not that I really genuinely give a fuck, but um, if you want to be looked at like you're not a creep online, you have to have some numbers behind your ass. And I'm saying this from my standpoint, like whenever I have high numbers, or high engagement, or if it's like Instagram before you could hide the like count, you know what I mean? Like if you only got 30 likes on your pictures, well, you're weird because I got 1,000 likes on my picture. Do you know what I mean? Like it was like kind of that kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know what it is about the cattiness. You guys, let's start a discussion somewhere. You can email me, and I'll also start adding my Instagram. I keep forgetting to add my Instagram in the show notes, but yeah. So the next topic, and from one entertainer to another, let's talk about our next topic, which is the sex industry and race. Woo, hold on. I know some people just got a little uncomfortable. I know. I have to talk about it. So, from my standpoint, I am an African American girl, and I didn't necessarily notice the difference because I was like, when I first started working, I didn't really notice that being like black is like highly fetishized, but also like in terms of like money and how you acquire money, it it doesn't really equate as fast um on average. It just doesn't really equate as fast as lighter skinned people. I'm just those are just the that's just how it is, right? But I know that me myself personally, I have been able to amass a cute little coin from camming, from OnlyFans, from what else? What else? Yeah, camming mostly, OnlyFans. Girl, it's cute. It's a cute coin, right? But I think that I've always been persistent, and I found my niche really quickly. Um, in terms of like some people are doing this for a long time and they still haven't found theirs, but um, girl, like I didn't see it. I didn't see that being black was like not as good, right? Because well, I didn't grow up dirt poor. I grew up in a very middle class household, or like a regular, when you think like the white picket fence, lawn cut, dog, that's what I grew up in, right? So I didn't we even had a pool in our backyard. Like I didn't hurt for anything, but whenever you get money, because this is a fast like some I guess some aspects it's like a fast money kind of thing. Like camming is fast money. It's basically like yeah, it's fast money. So when you were doing this and you were seeing the fast money come, I'm young. So yeah, I was just getting an allowance from my mom last year. Especially when I was in college, um, like when you're in college, you're poor as fuck. It doesn't matter how much money your mom sends you every week. You still need more money. Like, oh, my friends want to go out to get boba, but the boba's $18. Okay, we've gotten boba 17 times this week. So like that adds up. So when I'm like seeing this money drop into my bank account, I am genuinely excited to see like thousands. You know what I mean? Like I've never seen thousands in my bank account just like at a time. This is so cool. I was able to do a lot with this money, like camming and stuff. It's so fun to see that money coming in after you're only used to seeing hundreds. You know what I mean? Like 1,000 was very rare for me when I was young because well my mom paid for everything. You know what I mean? So I would always have a couple of $100. I would always have like paper money with me, but I didn't see what I seen, when I started camming. Even though I started camming and seeing this money come in, there was still a white girl, maybe even 4 years older than me. Because when I first started camming, I was hmm, I wasn't like freshly 18. Um, I think I was like around 21. Yeah, I was probably around 21. Don't let me lie. Anyways, there could have been a white girl or a Latina girl, somebody who was lighter skinned. They are making double of what I was making. So if I was seeing $30,000 a year, that's pretty cool. A lot of times that doesn't really cut it. And I wasn't working that much. Like I would only work for like 4 to 6 months and I'm making $30,000. I'll take it at a young age. Um, and then they're making $60,000 and they're probably working more than me or however the schedule was. There was just a lot of money that was being made by my lighter skinned counterparts. I didn't know that. Um, I also learned that the sex industry is low key. The sex work industry is low key racist, you guys. No one's going to admit it, but sorry. I don't want to be I don't want to be the girl that makes everything about race. I'm not going to sit here and talk about, oh my God, no, I'm not going to be a pitiful, this is not a pitiful sob story. I'm just telling you how it is. Um, on one of my cam sites, I was getting excited because I was like seeing more black girls, and I was like, oh shit, like, okay, okay, I'm seeing three black girls on the homepage. Like, what's going on? This was like a strictly European campsite. This was not no, you weren't seeing people who look like me on this campsite. So I think that's kind of like why I was making a cute coin, because like I was like this one dot in this sea. You know what I mean? So yeah, child, like I was like, okay, period. Like, I'm looking at all this. Then I go and I click out of the homepage because I thought it was the original homepage. So I click out and I'm like, all right, let me see, let me scroll. I couldn't find any black girls. This was not the homepage that it was showing me. This was just a list of girls that they think I may like. And I didn't really consider that because I was like, oh, like, all right, cool. Like, I just seen black girls and I got so excited. You know, I love seeing black girls on campsites that are, I just like seeing like a big amount of races on campsites. I don't like just seeing like one race on campsites because, I feel like it's not fair. There's so many different types of girls. And so I feel like we should be displayed, right? Like, we should just be displayed evenly. So I go back to the homepage, like I was saying earlier, and boom, it was just like 17 rows of the European woman. And I was like, damn, okay. Oh my God, that makes sense. Like on some days, whenever it's like not going so well for me, and well, I'm just going to finish this thought. Some days it's not going so well for me, and I only have like 10 viewers in my room, and I'm still not getting any money. Like, oh my God, like they can't find me. Hell. Not only that, I would like to say I did view some of these girls' rooms. Gorgeous girls, by the way. The European women are gorgeous. I love seeing a cam girl, cam girl. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't just go on there any kind of way. I don't like that. I'm just not, even in my personal life, like, girl, look good. I'm sorry. But the European girls always look so good. And there was one, she had the same amount of viewers in her room as me in my room. So I was like, damn, like, what the fuck is really going on? It might have just been like how the website was working at that time. Like, I'm not sure. Maybe she was talking to, a regular. Maybe she was waiting for her regulars to come in. Who knows? But yeah, I just thought that was so like interesting seeing that. Now, camming is my perspective because obviously, like I said, that's what I do. I have found it to be um I found it to be a little bit biased. The sex work industry is a little bit biased, even when it comes to escorting um, or dancing. If you're not in the right place, you're not going to get money. And that's simple as that. And when you're dancing, God forbid you got to fucking pay a really high fucking tip out, and you a dark skinned girl, a dark skinned thick girl at a gentleman's club who only caters to really petite European girls. Yeah, think about that. It's really hard. Like, this is an industry that is very cutthroat. And it's not something that's like, oh, you know, you can just dance in the back. No, bye. They're going to make you feel ugly if you are not. You know what I mean? Like, if you are not what they are trying to sell, they're going to make you feel like you just shouldn't be doing this for work. Um, I, I'm not going to say sort of kind of. I mean, I will say I've experienced this with some cam sites, um, where it's just like, okay, I'm obviously not the target girl here. And I'm starting to feel a little bit like not loved, because there's some sites where I feel the love. But sometimes I see that, okay, I'm not the girl, that is really going to get money on this website. So why should I stay here? You know, I really hope that the sex work industry addresses. One day, I feel like it just needs to be the racism needs to be addressed, and the prejudice behavior towards even girls who are Latina. Like, it, I just feel like it needs to be addressed. We need to talk about why there's only a certain group of girls that can do certain things, and then other girls can only do, other things. It it's because of the client, obviously, but it sucks that like that just sucks that it kind of is so cutthroat like that. Um, yeah. Let's take a little bit of a reminder break, you guys. And just remember to drink some water and take a chance to breathe. Hold on, I'm gonna breathe with y'all. No, that felt really good. Not even gonna lie to you. You know, I have some water here, but I've been pissing like a racehorse, so I'm not gonna drink no more water until I get done with this episode, child. Um, but back to the show, and in some lingering thoughts that I had while talking about my two topics from one entertainer to another, I was thinking about what was a lingering thought that I had? Oh, okay. I was thinking about working out and staying healthy. I don't know why that crossed my mind. Um, I just thought about, like, the appearance and how this industry is kind of all about appearance. Not everybody has to be fit, 5'2", big booty, perfect tits. There's different niches for everything. But let me be honest with y'all. I do not eat healthy every single day of my life. It is summertime, so I'm like obviously trying to not fucking just pig the fuck out. Like, in the wintertime and Thanksgiving, like my family throws the fuck down for Thanksgiving, and baby, I'm not missing any of those meals. So yeah, I do be getting a little bit big, a little bit big in the wintertime. But that's what the people do, store. But in the summertime, I like to keep it cute in the summertime. It's too hot to be big in the summertime. I'm sorry. I can't, like, oh Lord Jesus. It be sweating in places I don't want it to be sweating. And I just can't dealing with that sometimes. So I do, okay, let me not lie. I'm changing. I'm a changed woman now, and I don't lie to Mo. But I do try to keep it cute with the working out. Like, I don't want to stay in the house for 7 days and not move one bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, I remember I did Zumba at one time in my house. Baby, that shit took me the fuck out. I thought I had the same stamina as I did when I was 17 years old. No, ma'am, that's not the case, and it never was. So, I do try to keep it cute with the working out though. Like, I don't want to stay still for too long because I'm too young to like start getting stiff and stuff. So, whatever way that I can move my body, I try to. I also like going on hikes and stuff, but we're gonna talk about the whole eating healthy thing another time. I don't want to do the 75 hard because I feel like that's just too intense. But I need to do something. I need to do 25 hard, 25 soft, something. I have to start eating my fruits. Like, yes, child. But let's move on to a current favorite show of mine. And I had these already kind of like put out. So I was going to say The Real Housewives of Atlanta, But baby, if you don't know, you know it now. I'm a Kenya Moore mother. Kenya Moore. Hey, I don't give a fuck. Why did y'all take my good sis off the show? Yeah, let's talk about that. If any other housewife scans, you will understand she was their last hope. I'm just gonna go down the little cast list that I found on Handy Dandle. What? Handy Dandy? Google. And okay, next. Portia Williams. Nope. Hated her this season. She almost fucked up a very close, tight bond from before the show. For some you gotta watch for girls like that. Let me tell you right now, you need to watch for girls like that. Next, Drew Sidora, 0 out of 10. Never liked her to begin with, and I don't know why they keep casting her. Hated her. Sorry. Shamia, I have some newfound respect for this beautiful queen. I'm just gonna tell you how it is. I love Shamia. Her body tea, and she's living the life that we all want. And she's just like she's such a happy girl. I love that. Like I just love that for her. She has a lot going on in her personal life, but she still just seems to be like strong. You know what I mean? And she showed that during this season a lot. Britt Eady, next. Kelly. That's who I liked at her. I really did. Like I genuinely liked Kelly because I felt like Kelly was also like a lot of these girls were going through it this season. Like they were having a lot of personal things going on. And I don't know how people can film and just be there, when they're going through so much. Like I have one little situation go on and I'm like, I can't cam for 6 months. I need a break. You know what I mean? Like they were on camera in full glam, going through real deal personal stuff. I really like Kelly and she is also so cute. Like before the filler and stuff, I thought she was so cute and her daughter has her face. She still doesn't look bad. Like she still is a cute girl. Um who? Oh, Angela Oakley. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't like her. Um, yeah. You. Let me tell you something. Her husband. Next. I'm just gonna keep it cute. I did not. He dogged her out this whole goddamn season in the confessionals, or what do they call them when the little interviews and stuff? Her husband acted like he didn't want to be there, and I know they was cutting him a check. I know they was cutting him a check. Why he was acting like he don't want to be there after they done probably paid him a cute little lump sum. Girl did not like her husband. Phaedra Parks, honestly, love her. Whoever did her face, they did a very good job. Let me tell you one thing about her. I know Phaedra a liar, but she's so good at it. But I don't think she has been lying that much lately, allegedly. Cynthia Bailey, oh, damn, she had to come back as a friend of. Damn. Well, yeah, I understand because Cynthia Bailey's kind of boring, but she is she's not no OG, but she is from the early days. I feel like Cynthia Bailey, like Peter Cynthia Bailey, is that is we never gonna get that back. This is Cynthia post Peter and post Mike. Woo! And let me tell y'all something. Whoever is producing the show, I forgot who's producing the show, please stop asking Cynthia Bailey about her love life because I do not want to see no other man on I don't want to see no other man on Real Housewives of Atlanta that got any involvement with Cynthia Bailey. She just needs to, oh Lord, she just needs to do what she got to do in peace. Leave her alone. Don't ask about no more men's. Thank you. Sincerely, a grieving viewer. So, you guys, it was so fun to sit here, yip, and yap while you guys listen to me. Um, until next time, stay healthy, stay wealthy, and stay stable. And if you gonna have to be a hoe, you need to be the best hoe you can be. Bye. Hey. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also make sure that you follow me on Instagram at TWGL Podcast. And make sure you email me at theworkinggirllounge@gmail.com. Say that 4 times. That was a handful. But if you like these discussions and you would like to chime in, those are my contact informations. So yeah, get to know me.